CJ Caines with us here in the John Mendola Show. We're talking wrestling, Hanover area, and of course doing some stuff this summer. So recently you had a national, you wrestled at Nationals 8-0. Congratulations on that. Talk a little bit about your trip, where you went to, and obviously things went pretty well, right?
So I went to Utah, and we trained for the first 4 days before the tournament at the Utah Valley University with the college coaches there. Trained maybe 2-3 workouts a day, depending on the day. Trained for weigh-ins, for Greco, freestyle. And then once we got to the tournament, the first was Greco. I only wrestled 2 matches there. I went 1-1, getting ready for freestyle. And then freestyle came around, wrestled a bunch of other states all around the country. 8-0, I had 5 pins. Yeah.
That sounds pretty darn good. Let's talk about the trip itself. Some people drive out, some people fly out. What did you guys do, and how many people went with you?
I flew out with my dad. I stayed with him the first day until we were able to settle in with the team. I think there was around 30, 40 people on the team. We all stayed at the same hotel. It was fun. There was a pool there. We all hanged out. Yeah.
First time out west, like traveling out there?
Yeah.
Usually a lot of you wrestler guys go to North Dakota and all that stuff, if you're really good at a high level, but first time going out to like Utah and out west?
Yeah, I think that's the farthest I've gone for wrestling.
So freshman year at Hanover last year, let's recap that a little bit, your record, how well you did at states. Take us through what you did at Hanover area.
I went 46-6. I won districts. I took second at regionals. And I got to semifinals at states. I ended up taking 6.
52 matches in your high school, season is a lot of matches. And then, of course, all the other stuff you're doing. Talk about that grind on your body and being able to kind of endure that and just kind of, feel like, hey, I still feel pretty good here.
Yeah, I trained a long time. And the thing that really helps me is like my endurance, stamina. And I was able to do really good there, especially with like keeping weight and all that. Yeah.
Speaking of endurance, you did some cross country. That always helps. Usually you see that hand in hand sometimes, cross country kid and a wrestler. Talk a little bit about what cross country season was like and what you learned about yourself, or is it just something, hey man, I like going for runs, or I like doing something else to kind of stay in great shape?
I like running. It keeps me, what you said, it keeps me in shape. I placed at conference for cross country, but I think I'm dropping it this year.
Golf, something that you and I were talking about before we started here. What interests you in golf? You have a buddy that golfs, and just something that's like, that's a totally different. You're not going all the time. It's probably a little bit more relaxing.
I have some friends on the golf team, and it's more mental. It's not a toll on my body, and I just want to be able to do 2 sports.
Speaking of mental, wrestling, so much mental. Talk about staying in a match, or hey, you get yourself down, you got to find your way to dig yourself back. How do you mentally get involved there?
I think that's one of the things I'm really good at. Like always thinking like I'm still in the match, coming back. I do a lot of comebacks. I just gotta stay tough. Always think you're in a match.
Let's talk about staying tough physically, mentally, when wrestling started for you, and just trying to. Some people get burned out, some people don't. So at what age did you start wrestling, and why is it still a big fire for you right now?
I first started wrestling when I was 5 because my dad took me to practice at Hanover, and just always challenged me. It's fun. And I'm good at it, so I like it. Your
dad's one of the coaches, tries to help you out, but talk about some of the other coaches, or if you want to include your dad, about what each one kind of brings to you that you kind of take away. Okay, this guy works on my mental part. This guy really helps with the tactical stuff.
Well, my dad, Chris Caines, he's with me at all times, so he's always on me, trying to get me to do my best. my coach at Hanover, Justin Thomas, he's really big on technique and hand fighting, being physical and hand fight. And at my club, I have a lot of coaches at my club, but the main one is Mendola. He's really like big on challenging you like mentally. And he's really good at that.
So it sounds like you have a good balance of people around you. What makes you a good wrestler, and what style would you say you have? Defensive guy, you like to go on the offensive. What would you say your style is as a wrestler?
I'd say I'm more offensive, but it really depends on like the position, like top on neutral. And I'm not that like strong and fast, but I think I have really good technique, and that helps me.
So you had such an incredible season. You're like, hey, I'm not even that strong or that fast, and there's still a lot more to do for you. Talk about some of those large goals that you have. I'm sure a state championship is somewhere in your mind on the high school level.
Yeah, I really want to win states before I graduate. I want to go out to Fargo next year. I want an All-American place, and I want to keep placing at Super 32.
So high school, you wrestled at 114. You wrestled out in Utah at 120 pounds. Where do you see yourself for the 2025-2026 season?
Probably around 33 or 39.
Your body's growing, huh?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about eating and, having a good diet, making sure things are going well for you.
I try to get like a lot of healthy like vitamins and protein in my diet. So I'm trying to get bigger this off season, going to the gym every day.
Let's talk about your family, the important people in your life. We talked a little bit about your dad, but who are some of those other people that make a difference for you?
My older sister, she's really nice to me. I'm going to her graduation today. She always takes me to get food.
That's awesome.
And my mom, she's always helping me. She always makes stuff for me, brings me everywhere.
Do you feel a little bit more motivated or feel a little bit more confident after your showing there in Utah and what the possibilities are for you?
Yeah, I never really liked freestyle and Greco, but that helped a lot, I'd say.
All right, CJ, well, it's great to hear your story. We wish you the best during the upcoming high school season, and I hope you have a good summer, all right?